And now, live from the Steel Twins recording studio in beautiful Traverse City, Michigan, it's your hosts, the Cannonball, the Cannon, the Steel Twins. What's up, everybody? It's Sunday night, and you know what that means.
That's right, it's voice acting night, baby.
Absolutely, it's our favorite time of the week. Thank you so much for joining us once again for another exciting episode of Tyrion Cuthbert, attorney of the Arcane. I am the Cannonball, he is the Cannon, and we're here to get to the bottom of this latest murder mystery. It turned out it was a civil case at first because So, we are in the city called Aurinax City, and there is a refinery, an Arcane Refinery, that is currently being run by the Dracogen Company, and Tyrion Cuthbert has been asked to represent the Dracogen Company as the defense. This Divine Sanctus House is suing the Arcane Refinery for negligent death, and now foul play may have been involved. So now it's turned into a homicide. But man, there's also some weird things going on here in this town. Apparently, Tyrion has a really shady past with this city. I guess it's where his house used to be. There's a whole bunch of stuff that's going on here, and we're left scratching our heads, but this should be very exciting, though. So, obviously, real quick, let's just get on with our other business.
Well, hold on, before we do. So I know I can see the stream on the upper right-hand corner of,
Hold on. Hang on.
Yeah, you forgot the Yeah, you forgot the damn thing again.
It's like there's so many moving parts to this. It's insane. You try running a streaming channel, see if you do better. Oh, wait a minute. He already does. Tell him, package.
Yeah, that's right. I am running a streaming channel on Steel Twins Andy on Twitch and on YouTube. I bring to you Nostalgic Monday. I bring to you Super Mario Friday. I bring to you Hot Off the Steel Press, Donkey Kong Bonanza, and I bring you Metroid Prime Sunday. I know what you're thinking. Why would you temporarily suspend Legend of Zelda Tuesday or Ratchet & Clank Thursday? I don't have time for any of those. My work schedule prevents me from doing those things.
Right now.
Right. Hopefully things calm down come September. And however, now that I think about it, I don't want Super Mario Friday to conflict with the Outside Blitz coming up, because now that the football season's upon us, I think I may have to move that.
Oh, don't you worry about that, my friend. Everything's going to be kosher. You just do your thing, and we'll do ours. Because I will say that during the last Super Mario Friday, it was noted that there was some lag in the middle of the stream, and I was recording the podcast elsewhere in the house. So I'm like, okay, we hope that isn't part of that. We hope that isn't part of the deal. So, don't let my activities hold you back. So anyway, so that's what's going on the other side of the channel. And also, don't forget, when this game is over with, because there's 5 episodes to go through, plenty of time for plenty of content.
Yes.
But our next voice acting project will be Ghost Trick Phantom Detective. We've already chosen it. I need to take some time, and I want to play through it first offline before we do the voice acting project. I want to be the one that holds the surprises for now, or for once, excuse me. So that'll be exciting. Sometime later this year or leading into the new year, who knows. But I think that's all we got about news. I think it's time for our second favorite part of the show. You guys know the deal by now. If you have a cap to your bottle or a pin on your can, you go and pull that pin back or twist that cap off.
With a twisty twist.
Hey, package. What time is it?
It's time to get bombed.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Ooh, yeah. I'm feeling the madness run through me. Yeah. Yeah, it's not too sweet, not too sour, not too hot, not too cold. Yeah. Had to throw that in there. By the way, I think we'd be remiss, speaking of which, we'd be remiss if we didn't take this time to remember both Ozzy Osbourne and the immortal Hulk Hogan. Both personalities have passed. Hulk Hogan's passing especially has been quite an unpleasant surprise for us all. So, it must be acknowledged that there was a period of time in Hulk's life where he didn't, he could have done some things better with his, he did some stuff that he apologized for. I won't go into details. But as far as the mark he left on professional wrestling, both as a talent and myself as a fan, that can never be underscored. So, okay, I got off my soapbox. I think it's time to go to live scene.
Right,
So
let's do this thing.
There we go. Load game. So, okay, we are at episode 3-4, The Origins of Horus. So yeah, that's again, it's the origins of Horus. So we're so busy talking about this Arcane Refinery. Don't forget, there's also a caper where a ship went missing, and Astor, a gentleman that we ran into, was supposed to be on that ship when it disappeared. So what the heck is going on with that? All this and more tonight on Voice Acting.
Good news. The check cleared. It's go time.
And we're running.
Another nightmare overtakes your sleep. You clutch the note tightly in your hands as you read it.
2 seconds here. I had the cave voice on while I was in the podcast, so I'm doubly curious now, doubly cautious now. Here we go.
I'm sorry, Tyrion. I'm
sorry?
Tyrion. There were so many things that I wanted to tell you. So many things that I wanted to show you. But I'm afraid that I can't do that now. I need you to be strong now. This world is bleak, merciless, and unforgiving. But I've seen you. I know how bright the light within you is. Use my eyes. Peer beyond the divine gate as I once did.
Divine gate?
Use it to reclaim the future.
Her eyes? I don't understand.
Doesn't matter. All you have to do is stop the execution. If you can just distract the knights long enough, you can save her and run away. You'll have to abandon your home, or at least she'll still be with you.
Oi, oi!
As you try to sprint towards the gallows, a knight grabs your arm and pulls you back.
Hi,
Hey,
kid.
kid.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, kid, you can't cross this point. Hey, stop that. You fruitlessly try to break his grip by striking him with your bare hands. But he barely feels anything through his armor. You continue delivering blow after blow to him, but it does nothing. Your knuckles start to bleed. Irritated by your behavior, the knight pins you to the ground. Damn kid. You desperately struggle against him to no avail. And from this position, you have no choice but to watch what's happening.
Wait! Stop!
You make eye contact with your mother one last time. Oh God. Her body goes limp. You stare blankly at the hanging body.
Oh, damn. No, this isn't... Mom?
You clutch her note tightly in your hand. You feel a comforting yet fleeting warmth from it.
Mom! Mom!
Tyrion?
Celeste? I...
You snap back awake. It was another nightmare. You notice that tears are streaming down your face. You quickly try to bring up your sleeve to wipe them away. But you realize that Celeste is firmly gripping your hand.
Well, why are you...
Sorry. You were shouting in your sleep. But you seemed to calm down a little whenever I held your hand.
Weird.
I don't know, there might be a connection here.
So, I've been doing that.
Uh-oh.
Tyrion, are you okay?
I'm not.
You've been acting weird since we arrived in Aurinax.
It's nothing.
It's not nothing. Does it have something to do with your mother? For the past 2 nights, you've been calling out for her in your sleep. Please, just talk to me.
Yeah, talk to her, doofus. Come on.
I'm your friend, aren't I?
I never even realized it. I didn't have many people in my life after I left Aurinax. I only had Ms. Timora. She never wanted to talk about what happened. But Celeste, she's been there since I started my career. Of course she's my friend. It all happened a long time ago. We lived here together in that old house. My mother was a merchant and a mage.
Your mother was a mage?
But I guess the gift of magic skipped my generation. I could never use it. About 10 years ago, my mother's business partner was found murdered. And they found traces of magic at the crime scene.
They thought that your mom did it.
Ms. Timora was my mother's defense attorney for the trial. She did everything she could to get her acquitted. She could never find the real culprit. They found her guilty of first-degree murder. I tried to stop her execution, but...
Your voice starts breaking.
Tyrion.
I'm sorry, Celeste.
What?
Coming back here has brought back so many memories. I thought that I'd already moved on from what happened. If I could just keep saving people as an attorney, then maybe I could put all of this behind me. But I'm back in Aurinax, and those feelings are still so fresh in my mind. It's like I'm still the same powerless child from 10 years ago. I know that I've been taking that out on you. I'm really sorry.
Don't be. I get it. I know what it's like to lose someone like that.
She does, doesn't she?
When my dad was murdered, you were there for me. If it weren't for you, I would have still believed that he died hating me.
Celeste,
Celeste slowly claps your hand within hers again. It feels warm and comforting.
Uh-oh. Are we getting tension or what?
Has this been the warmth you've been feeling for the last few nights?
So, just let me be here for you.
You can feel yourself dozing off. You had to snap yourself back awake.
Sorry. The last few days have been a little tiring.
It's okay. Just focus on falling asleep. I'll stay with you for as long as you need me to. I'm also feeling pretty tired, though. I'll just rest my eyes a bit.
For the first time since you arrived in Aurinax, you finally receive a good night's rest. You wake up the next morning feeling well rested. You feel almost a little too rested. You feel really reluctant to leave the comfort of your bed.
Celeste, are you there?
Your hand feels warm.
She's
holding her hand.
and sleeping on it.
You can feel your heart stop.
Celeste!
What do you want?
Her eyes slowly open as she wakes from her equally restful sleep.
How are we going to navigate this? Very carefully.
She drowsily scans her surroundings. Both thrown out of the bed.
So, you seem to be doing better. You're okay, right?
Yeah, thank you for last night.
Phrasing!
Poor phrase. Poor phrasing.
Hello? Are you there, Mr. Cuthbert?
Why were you? Okay, is that for?
Because
That's intentional. That's intentional, right?
Yeah, because he's contacting him via magic.
Oh,
What the hell?
Your soul nearly jumps out of your body. You suddenly hear Aster's voice, and it's extremely loud. You look around to see where he is, but he's nowhere to be found.
Asta.
Ah, thank the scaled Lord. I finally gotten through to you two.
What? Where are you?
I'm using a spell to speak with you right now. I apologize for contacting you in this manner, but I was worried that something had happened to you two.
Right, of course. Anyways, what do you want at this time of day?
This time of day? Mr. Cuthbert, it's 3 p.m. in the afternoon.
Oh, shit.
What?
3 p.m.? We've missed the entire morning.
I hope everything's okay. Did something happen?
No, everything's okay. Anyways, if it's already this late, we should head over to the refinery.
Yes, the investigation. Let's do that immediately.
Celeste immediately power walks out of the room. You quickly follow after her. If you're heading to the refinery, do you mind if I meet with you two? There's something that I'd like to ask you.
Sure.
Wonderful. I'll see you at the town square. You quickly meet Aster in the town square while you walk to the refinery. You and Celeste walk to your destination with purpose. A little too much purpose. It's almost as if you're both trying to distract yourselves from something. Every time you make eye contact with Celeste, she quickly glances away. Things are a little awkward, but you much prefer this over the tense mood between you two yesterday.
Yeah, no kidding. Anyways, Asta, what was that spell you used earlier? It let you speak with us without being there.
Oh, that was a conjuration spell. It's called Send Message.
I just feel a little bit uneasy that you could just contact us out of the blue like that.
More importantly,
More importantly, I'm a little worried about what he might have seen.
Don't worry. The spell is perfectly harmless. I can give you the parameters if you'd like. Send message has been added to the court record.
For the duration of this spell, the caster projects their voice to communicate with the target. Anyone within a 30-foot radius of the target can hear the caster's voice. Anyone within 30 feet, so oh boy. So basically everybody can hear him. The caster can also hear sounds close to the target, allowing for two-way communication. The target must be a known person to the caster. That person must also be conscious. Otherwise, the spell will fail. Maddie!
Thank you so much for liking the stream.
Absolutely. That person must also be conscious. Otherwise, the spell will fail. Alternatively, the target can be an object that is attuned to the caster's magic, like a spell compendium. It looks like it only facilitates communication. He definitely didn't see the embarrassing state that we were in.
By the way, I'm not trying to be rude, but Why are you following us?
Oh, yes. I'm still trying to think of the proper method to ask you. But you both seem to be on edge at the moment.
What did you want to ask us?
You already told me about the traces of transmutation at the refinery. But at the trial yesterday, you really highlighted the significance of that. I can't simply stand by if I was a witness to a murder.
And?
May I join you on your investigation?
He's a fan.
You're questioning his motives. You're questioning his motives for a variety of reasons. He was the only other mage that was at the scene of the crime. And between him and Rika, you definitely trust Rika more.
All right. I see no reason why not.
Celeste shoots you a concerned look. You suddenly gesture for her to keep an eye on Aster. She nods in acknowledgement. Aster is your prime suspect right now, and he has to be aware of that. But if you keep him close to you, you might catch some dissonant thoughts through the eye.
That's true.
Wait a minute. Now we're in the middle of an ad break. I think we're into something big here, folks. So let's just take our time to remind you of to remind the fans of what we're going here. Hey, if you're seeing some ads here, that means you're not subscribed to our channel. So if you want to see this wonderful stream without the ads, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button.
Absolutely.
Your support will be much appreciated. And So here's what I'm going to bring to you, subscribers, here for Nostalgic Monday. I would like to bring you Perfect Dark for the N64. Yeah, you heard me. This is a spin-off of the GoldenEye 007 game from the N64, and I intend to continue just that. So I'm sorry I couldn't bring you Nostalgic Monday last week. I was kind of busy, to say the least. But yes, or maybe I was doing something else, but don't forget about Legend of Zelda Tuesday. Maybe I'll bring you on another day. Don't forget about Super Mario Friday. Who knows? Maybe I'll string Ratchet and Clank on Nostalgic Monday.
And this week I'm going to be streaming Magic the Gathering on Tuesday night. I'm gonna try doing what do I do on Wednesdays? I know I get it, but I'll be on Wednesdays, Diablo on Wednesdays, and then I'll do a mix on Thursday. Holy smokes. I'm so distracted. Anyway,
okay,
live scene.
Here we go. You arrive at the refinery.
And see that several knights from the Inquisition are already there.
Okay.
Actually,
yeah, get the text log. You arrive at the refinery and see that several knights from the Inquisition have already arrived.
See, I was right.
You glance at the damaged walkway and see Commander White there with a few of his knights. He seems to notice you too, but he only pays you a passing glance. Oh, Mr. Cuthbert, I've been waiting for you quite a while, may I add.
Right, sorry about that.
I suppose you have your reasons. You've more than proven yourself worthy of my trust.
Thank God for that.
Although, drinking gives Aster a suspicious side glance. He appears to have come to the same conclusion that you did. Well, you gave me little reason to doubt your judgment. I will leave the investigation in your capable hands.
Speaking of the investigation, where should we start first?
Now that we've gotten the Inquisition involved, we might be able to learn more about the magical traces at the crime scene.
You look at Commander White, who is inspecting the walkway. He's probably your best bet for getting more information about the investigation.
All right, so
talk to him. The trial. I'm quite pleased with your work down the trial. I'm glad to put my trust in you.
Thank you, but we're still a long way from getting your case dismissed. And showing the possibility of a murder definitely made things much more complicated.
You see no reason to blame yourself. You merely played the cards that you were dealt. Honestly, I'm still trying to make sense of what happened.
Do you have any idea who the second victim might be?
I have no idea. For all my other employees that I accounted for, I doubt there was anyone who worked for me.
But then who was it?
All employees present, that note has been added to your court record.
Aside from Justin Waye, every employee who works at the Arcane Refinery is accounted for. Justin is the only Dracogen employee who fell into the vat of corrosive chemicals.
To be perfectly honest, I'm a little concerned with how many unauthorized people were there that day.
Well, he has a point. It seems strange that Justin, Rika, and Morrison were all there. Indeed. Okay, so anyway, I guess...
Move.
I suppose,
Move
move to
to
the
the
walkway.
See. Oh, it's you two. And who's this?
Uh-oh.
Wait! The hell? Commander, please don't. What the hell are you two doing with the Crown Prince?
Uh-oh.
What? What?
What?
What? Ah. It appears that my cover has been blown, as they say.
Did he just say that you're the Crown Prince?
Yes. My full name is Asta de Wyverngaard IV, heir to the throne of Wyverngaard.
Jesus
Whoa, whoa,
Christ. What? This entire time, I've been speaking to the heir of the throne?
Heir to the throne, but yes.
Yes.
I was hoping that it wouldn't come to this. Sorry, Your Majesty. Please, none of that. I would much prefer if you all continued to call me Asta. No, I could never.
I've never seen the commander this flustered before. Why did you find the need to hide this from us?
I didn't want you to think less of me.
Plus his arcane artist conjuration. So obviously he's not the guy we're looking for. So thank God for that.
I admire your work, Mr. Cuthbert. Well, ain't this just a son of a bitch? Zion the Potato has entered the chat!
Yep, you are just in time for tea, my friend.
Which is why I was afraid you wouldn't speak with me if you knew the truth.
In a way, he was correct to assume that. As a member of the royal family, he represents everything that me and Miss Tamora are fighting against. But he does look like a sincere and genuine person. At the very least, I haven't seen anything incriminating through the eye of Horus. Anyway, this complicates things greatly. Asta is my primary suspect, so if he did commit the murder, I would have to implicate a member of the royal family. A nobleman is one thing, but would it even be possible to convict the Crown Prince?
Who have to bring the goddess of justice down unto now?
Well, no matter what, I won't stop seeking justice. It doesn't matter who I'm facing, be they man, king, or god. And princes aside, I came here to talk to the commander about his investigation. Since Asta is accompanying me, he might be more inclined to share details with me.
Talk to him.
Talk to him. The investigation. I'm surprised that the Inquisition is even here. I thought you were all busy investigating Asta's missing ship.
Wait, you know about that? Commander glances nervously at Aster.
We wanted to put more of our people there, but Lady Steelwind insisted that we focus on the Draken case.
As you should. I would much rather have you find justice for Justin Waye. That's far more important than looking for some musty old ship.
Wonder why he's so surprised.
Right. Is this kid for real?
Magical traces. Have you discovered anything about the magical traces here?
We did take a look at it, and it's definitely suspicious. The only rails with magical traces on them are these. And the fact that we can still see them means they were left within the last 48 hours.
I knew it. It was 48 hours. So by the time the trial resumes tomorrow, those traces are gonna go away.
And Zion says, I can imagine Verity Cavell saying,
I have convinced this young child of the goddess's verdicts. My work is done.
Nice
I even put
touch.
voice in there. Yeah.
It's looking pretty likely that someone used transmutation on these rails that night.
It still doesn't make sense, though. Why would someone weaken these rails specifically?
I have no idea. I'm just as confused as you are. If this is really foul play, then someone knew that Justin or some other person would be in his exact place.
All right, well, a second body. Has the Inquisition found any evidence to prove my theory?
You mean about a second person falling into the vat? Sorry, kid, but it ain't that simple. The body of that Justin fella's sort of dissolved.
That's quite gruesome. Time to get my roasting gavel ready. Do it, Zion.
If another person had fallen in, their body would have dissolved too. But we could only find some bone fragments, blood, and a lot of metallic shards.
Why is that? Have you been able to use divination magic to identify the bone fragments?
Yep. The ones we found all belonged to Justin Waye. No signs of bones from another person.
That contents have been entered into the court record.
The Inquisition was able to fish out several pieces of bone matter and metallic shards from the vat that Justin Waye fell into. Divination magic confirms that the bones belong to him. None of the bone matter found belonged to another person. Okay, serious question. Zion asks, why does Orem White remind me so much of Detective Bad? I don't know, he is a detective. I don't know. He's got gray hair. He's the oldest senior commander. I don't know. Similarities. There wasn't any evidence of another person falling in. Could my theory have been incorrect then? Are you sure that you and Morrison saw a person fall into the vat, Asta?
I definitely saw someone fall off the walkway and break the guardrails. Although, thinking back on it, I didn't recognize who exactly that person was. The harbor master and I were pretty far away, and it wasn't well lit.
Do you think the second victim's body fully dissolved? That might explain why we can't find any bone matter from them.
No. If my theory is correct, the second victim fell in minutes after Justin fell. It wouldn't make sense if that person's body fully dissolved before Justin's. But why can't I find any bone matter of this second person?
Either way, Drake again might want to hear about this.
Right.
Anyway.
That liquid.
If the liquid is so volatile, how were you able to take things out of the vat?
Oh, the liquid isn't volatile anymore. When the harbor master and I reported what we saw, the workers poured some sort of alchemical solution into the vat.
I still cannot be convinced that Celeste beat the living snot out of two dudes. Believe me, she did. She's capable. She's a mercenary. Anyway.
Yeah, according to them, that solution neutralized the evocation magic in these chemicals. Those chemicals, from what I hear, the magical liquid in these vats is usually blue. The solution that they poured in turned it green.
Yes, unfortunately, it was too late. By the time they neutralized the liquid, Justin's body had already mostly dissolved.
And if they hadn't neutralized it so quickly, we probably wouldn't have found anything from the victim.
How much you want to bet that Justin wasn't the first person to fall in, but the second? Huh? That would make sense. Anyway.
Neutralizing liquid has been added to the court record.
When Noah Morrison and Esther de Wivengard reported the accident, the refinery workers poured a yellow alchemical solution into the vat. This solution neutralized the destructive magic of the vat liquids and turned it green. They're usually blue. If they hadn't neutralized the liquid, everything in the vat would have been completely destroyed. Anyway, Crown Prince Esther. I still can't believe that you've been the Crown Prince this entire time.
I wasn't trying to deceive you. I was just worried that you might treat me differently if you knew the truth.
Oh, right. Should I call Steelwind over here for you? She'll probably want to see you.
No, I think it would be best if you didn't.
Oh, I remember now. If you're the Crown Prince, that makes Prosecutor Steelwind your fiancé.
That's right, exactly. You kind of forgot that detail from the second episode. Right, Lady Freyga mentioned that during the Nightgrave case. That's why the name Asta sounded so familiar. I saw it in her thoughts.
Ugh, that Miriam. She's caused me so much trouble by publicly revealing my marriage to Lady Steelwind. I had hoped to keep it a secret for much longer.
Oh boy, Arya Steelwind. Where is Prosecutor Steelwind anyways? She's always investigates these cases... let me try this again. She always investigates these crime scenes herself.
She said she wanted to investigate the disappearing ship personally. She seems really hell-bent on finding the people responsible.
Well, yeah, no shit, because they were trying to kidnap her husband, her fiancé.
Yeah. They did attempt to kidnap the Crown Prince, after all.
She must really care about you, Aster.
No, I highly doubt that.
What? What's going on here?
What?
Our marriage was arranged by our parents. She had no say in the matter, and I know that she only tolerates me for the good of our kingdom.
I'm sure she still cares about you.
No, I can tell by the way she behaves around me. Her hands quiver with rage, and she can't even bear to look at me when I speak to her.
Damn. I can't believe she even treats the Crown Prince like that.
She may be my fiancée, but our marriage is purely political. She endures so much because of her name.
I guess you aristocrats have your own share of problems.
The problems that he doesn't really care about. Go ahead.
Hey, now take a look at the vat. Take a look at the vat itself. Wait.
Okay, hold on. Well, it's a broken guardrail. The entire case hinges on finding out when and how this railing broke. If Justin Waye didn't break the guardrail, then who did? Hold on. Okay. If the liquid is so volatile, how were you able to take things out of the vat?
Oh, liquid isn't volatile anymore.
We went through this already, but go ahead.
When the harbor master and I reported what we saw, the workers poured some sort of alchemical solution into the vat.
Yeah, according to them, that solution neutralized the evocation magic in those chemicals. From what I hear, the magical liquid in these vats is usually blue. The solution that they poured in turned it green.
Yes, unfortunately, it was too late. By the time they neutralized the liquid, Justin's body had already mostly dissolved.
Hey, it's just in time for an ad break. Well, let's just plow through it.
And if they hadn't neutralized it so quickly, we probably wouldn't have found anything from the victim.
Okay, then.
So now that we got
let's
all that
detect
out of the way-
magic for...
Repario Arcanum.
The traces of transmutation are still here.
It's been a day since the accident. If these traces were left 2 days ago, these traces should disappear by tomorrow.
Right. Magical traces are only detectable for 48 hours after a spell is cast.
Right, which is why it's so critical that the trial's starting tomorrow, right? That by the time that trial starts, these traces are going to be gone. So that's a problem. All right, back. Hold on. I'm going to move. I'm going to go back down to the refinery and talk to Drakeagen about what we found. Vat contents. Mr. Drakeagen, we spoke with the Inquisition about what they found in the vat, and they could only find bone matter belonging to Justin. Well, that and several metallic shards.
What? That can't be right.
I know. I was hoping to find some hard evidence to prove my theory. I'll have to find another approach to prove it.
No, it's not what I meant. There shouldn't be any solid matter in those vats.
Oh. Are you talking about the metallic shards? I just assumed that those were some kind of magical byproduct.
No, the refinement process requires that everything in that vat remains a liquid. Solid matter would absorb the liquid's magical properties and taint the entire batch.
Oh, shit.
So those metal shards weren't supposed to be in there. Do you think they came from the broken pieces of the railing?
Possibly. We'll probably want to double check with the commander to make sure. But this is definitely strange. I'll need to take a moment to work through all of this. From what Drakeagen said, there shouldn't have been any solid matter in those vats. We've already confirmed that the bone matter they found came from Justin's body. But that leaves another question. How did metallic shards appear in the vat? Where did those metallic shards come from? Yeah, that's a great question. Why the heck didn't we ask this before? Let's see. A metal object was thrown into the vat. Mm-hmm. A metal object was thrown into the vat.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Whatever that object was, it probably dissolved into the shards that Orem found.
That's the thing, though. What should the magical liquid have done to the object? The magical liquid in the vat was extremely volatile. It was destructive enough to reduce an entire human body to a few shards of bone. The vat liquid should have completely destroyed Justin Waye.
I don't know about him, but something else.
The metal object. Well, no, it should have absorbed. But anyway, no. The object would have been completely destroyed. We shouldn't have found any metal shards in the first place.
Right, but we did find them. How do you explain that?
Why wasn't the metal object fully destroyed? That night, something happened that prevented the metal object from being fully destroyed. The vat liquid was neutralized the night the night of the accident was reported.
That doesn't make sense.
Shortly after the accident was reported.
Yes, that makes more sense.
Yeah. When Astor and Morrison reported the accident, the workers immediately neutralized the liquid's magic. They did this to attempt to save Justin, but would have also stopped the liquid from destroying anything else within the vat.
So that's why we found those metal shards.
And whatever that metal object was, it was only partially destroyed. This means that it fell into the vat around the time that Justin fell into the vat. If it fell a while before the accident, it would have dissolved completely. And if it fell after the accident, it wouldn't have dissolved at all. Furthermore, whatever that object was, it was probably as large as Justin.
Large shards have been added to the court record.
A large unknown metal object fell into the vat around the time that Justin Waye fell into it. The magical liquid reduced it to several small metallic shards.
Do you think this metal object had something to do with the second victim? Maybe they were holding it when they fell in.
I'm not sure, but it's definitely possible. We should take a closer look at the metallic shards that Commander White found. Those shards might help us identify the second victim. If that person even exists.
Yeah,
All
go
right.
to it.
So we're moving back to the walkway.
I'm talking about the shard.
Yeah, metallic shards. Commander White, you mentioned that you found several metallic shards in the vat. Do you mind if we take a look at them?
Sure. Just don't get any bright ideas about taking anything. You'll also want to avoid touching them with your bare hands. The liquid is neutralized, but it definitely ain't good for your skin.
The commander notices one of the Inquisition Knights. After a few moments, he brings back a large barrel filled with metallic shards.
What? There were that many?
What could have possibly fallen into the vat? Well, I guess we should get started. Okay, well,
You spend some time closely inspecting the metallic shards with Celeste. The shards are only the size of small rocks, and it's difficult to find any discerning features.
any luck on your end?
No, I haven't found. Huh?
Celeste?
I think I found something. I'm not exactly sure what it is, though.
Celeste pulls out a metallic shard with some sort of engraving on it. Unlike the other shards, this one looks far less damaged. The engraving on it looks like some sort of crest.
Huh?
That's the crest of House von Sanctus.
Oh, shit.
Uh-oh. Oh, wait.
Isn't he the noble that's charging drink again?
Metallic shards have been updated in your court record.
A large, unknown metal object fell into the vat around the time that Justin Waye fell into it. The magical liquid reduces itself to small metallic shards. One of the shards has the crest of House Van Sanctus, the noble family that controls the city of Aurinax. Well, I doubt that Lord Van Sanctus was the second victim. Asta, do you know who would have a house emblem like this?
Normally, only the Lord's retainers would have the emblems of his house.
Well, I doubt that Justin was the one who had this in his possession.
Do you think one of Von Sanctus's retainers fell into the vat that night?
It's definitely possible, but if that did happen, why haven't we heard about it?
Lloyd Von Sanctus would have the resources to keep something like that out of the public eye.
The only way to know for sure would be to ask him ourselves. But even if we could talk to him, he would never cooperate with us.
You glance at the prince. Someone of his station would have no trouble meeting with Lord Van Sanctus. An idea begins to form into your mind.
Unless...
What is it, Mr. Cuthbert?
Asta, do you think you could help us interrogate Lord Van Sanctus?
Really? You need my help?
In this instance, it'd be very difficult to speak to him by ourselves. But as the crown prince, he'd be much more inclined to speak with you.
Of course, I'd be happy to help. Remember how mad sus that was?
Yeah, exactly. I might be overplaying my hand by utilizing Asta this way. I'm still wary, especially since he was one of the few mages at the scene.
Will this really work, though?
It's not ideal, but it's the only lead we have so far. It's still bothering me. Why haven't I found any bone matter from a second person? Maybe I'm overthinking it. I should pursue every lead and see where it takes me. To do that, I need to find out where Lord Van Sanctus is. All right, so
Let's move to the square, see if he's there.
all right, cool. Yeah, we did beat him in chess.
You mustn't let such idealistic notions throw our nation into chaos. You arrive at the town square and see Lord Von Sanctus speaking to several spectators from a podium.
There's Lord Von Sanctus.
He appears to be giving some sort of speech. You do your best to remain hidden from his view while you listen in. Please understand, the actions of the nobility seem callous. However, we only have your best interests at heart. This controversy within the current trading company is just one of the many examples. The so-called unions that make men like him support may seem appealing, but they only obfuscate and hinder the nobility from protecting the working class. Men like Stefanik Zikagan are merely charlatans. They only seek financial gain by strong-arming your true benefactors.
True benefactors? What a joke.
I knew that Von Sanctus was wary of Dracogen, but I never expected him to be this zealous about getting rid of him.
I think it's less about Dracogen specifically and more about what he represents.
What do you mean?
The Dracogen Trading Company has presented tangible proof that its policies are both effective and profitable. Even businesses that have no affiliation with him have started following his example. Von Sanctus is merely a relic of the past. And I think he knows that his archaic ideals won't survive in this landscape. I can only hope that our grand kingdom recognizes his danger as I have. Pompous Noble leaves the podium as the citizens ponder his words.
Ugh, what a load of garbage. It's obvious that Von Sanctus knows his days are numbered.
But look at what's happened. We let the common folk set their own standards, and the young man died.
Guess you have a point there.
You saw Von Sanctus get into a carriage shortly after his speech. It appears to be heading back to his manor. All right, let's move. Now we're going to go to Von Sanctus Manor.
Really? Jesus.
Yeah.
So this is Von Sanctus' house.
It'd be more appropriate to call this building a palace rather than a house.
What's that smell?
As you head further into the manor, you're hit with a very pungent and sour odor.
Hey, remember that pungent and sour odor from from the university?
From the academy, yes.
Yeah, from the academy. I wonder if the cause of that odor is followed.
It almost burns the interior of your nostrils every time you inhale.
Anyways, we saw Von Sanctus heading back here. We should be able to speak with him soon.
Wait, Tyrion. Isn't he gonna recognize us?
I can't really avoid that. If we want to question him, we need to speak to him directly. But even a noble like him would have to act civilly with the crown prince present.
You mean like how you civilly embarrassed and insulted him a few days ago?
Right, I completely forgot about that chess tournament. Well, it's not as if we can hide our identities from him. I faced him in the chess tournament, and I'm Dracogen's attorney. He knows what we look like.
What we look like? Wait, that's it!
What?
Lucio!
Wait, what are you...
Wow! That's quite impressive, Celeste.
Right? I've been practicing that one.
What are you two talking about?
I think you should see for yourself. The prince gestures towards a nearby mirror in the hallway. You reluctantly approach it. Just what exactly did Celeste do to you?
He changed my appearance. What? Why do I look like Rise Rudolph?
It looks great, right? Eris taught that one to me.
Do you honestly expect him to fall for this? He's probably a powerful mage. He'll see right through this.
Are you telling me that the crown prince is here? Why didn't you notify me sooner? You hear Von Sanctus shouting at his attendant from down the hallway. He seems to be quickly heading this way.
Uh-oh.
You might want to disguise yourself as well, Celeste.
Don't encourage her. This is extremely illegal.
Right.
Look, you should just dispel this ridiculous disguise and...
He's almost here.
I can't think of anyone.
I'm terribly sorry for keeping your highness waiting.
Lucio!
What was that? What are you talking about? I could have sworn that I heard something.
I didn't hear anything either. You must be imagining things.
Scaled Lord.
Scaled Lord help us. Of all the people she could have chosen. At least she's able to mimic her voice well enough.
Oh, Lady Servant, I wasn't expecting you until much later.
Well, I do not answer to you. I shall do as I shall please.
I suppose you have a habit of doing that.
Surprisingly, it doesn't look like he's seen through our disguises. He must have other things on his mind if his guard is down like this.
Anyways, Lord Von Sanctus, pardon the abrupt intrusion. I came by to pay my respects. I'm honored by your Majesty's presence. Unfortunately, I am quite busy with administrative matters at the moment. Too busy to show hospitality to the heir to the throne? Oh, I didn't. I forgot. I suppose there's some time to speak with you.
The conditions aren't ideal, but at least we have Von Sanctus here with us. I shall let Prince Asta make small talk with him for a bit. After that, I can certainly bring up the Von Sanctus crest that I found in the vat. All right, let's go.
Yeah, talk to him.
The trial.
I heard about the charges that you've brought against the Draconian Trading Company. Forgive my bluntness, but is everything well within your estate? Oh, that. I am simply clearing house, nothing more. I've dealt with plenty of men like Jack and before, and this time would be no different. I understand that he may be taking business away from you, but does that really warrant you taking such drastic measures? It's not just about his business. It's these ideas that he's putting into people's heads. He's allowed these unions to continue existing, and other businesses are following his example. It's absolutely absurd. It's as if the entire world has gone mad. I see. A society only functions when the lower class knows their place. If that's how a society functions, then perhaps it is flawed. You're still young, Princess there. These righteous ideals may sound appealing, but they are the path to disorder. The common folk do not care about the well-being of our kingdom as a whole. They only care about themselves individually.
Accuse the enemy of what you're guilty of.
If you allow them to become empowered, they will use that power selfishly. It's not the upper class to maintain order. I see.
Arya Steelwind.
By the way, I'm surprised that you're representing Lord Von Sanctus, Lady Steelwind.
Oh, right.
What is he doing? It's already hard enough to maintain this ruse.
I knew that you recently became a prosecutor, but I never imagined that you'd represent a noble.
Don't get ahead of yourself, Asta.
What does that even mean?
Let's not be coy, Lady Steelwind. If you must know, Your Majesty, House Steelwind and I came to an arrangement. The fair lady is so keen on wasting her talents on civil work. Given that, I meant to utilize her to my benefit. Do not speak to her like that. Oh, I meant no disrespect. But rest assured, this is easily temporary. I see. So you have an arrangement with Lucille Steelwind.
It seems that Asta is collecting his own information. Oh, this is not gonna go well when the real Arya finds out about this shit.
Yeah.
Missing attendant.
By the way, Lord Von Sanctus, have any of your attendants gone missing lately? That's an oddly specific question. But no, all my attendants are accounted for.
I don't see any distant thoughts from the eye, but he could be unconsciously shielding himself from it.
I must ask, why would you ask such a question? You see, I actually found a discarded trinket while walking around the city. It had the crest of House Von Sanctus on it. I was worried that something unsavory might have happened to one of your people. Ah, I see. I suppose you must be on edge at what happened to your ship. However, items with the Von Sanctus crest are quite common nowadays.
That's bullshit.
Bold piss.
Yeah.
Really? The item that you found must have been a product produced by Von Sanctus Industries.
An item produced by Von Sanctus Industries? I wonder what that safe was made out of. Maybe he was chucking it into the. Oh boy.
So the Von Sanctus crest is on some of the items produced by your company, and not just some of the items. The Von Sanctus crest is engraved on every product created by Von Sanctus Industries. As a result, people have come to associate the quality of our products with the quality of House Von Sanctus. Or at least they did until hacks like Dick. Or at least they did until hacks like Dick again came out of the woodwork.
So, in other words, it's just branding.
What type of products does Von Sanctus Industries produce?
We used to produce magical accessories for mages, but now we produce so many of products. As the intercommerce in our kingdom, we've diversified our holdings.
Oh,
That means the metal shard could have come from anything.
Metallic shards have been updated in the court record.
Von Sanctus Industries places its crest on all of its products. Therefore, this shard could have potentially come from a product produced by Von Sanctus Industries. Seems this line of questioning led to a dead end. Damn it. Is it really impossible to identify where that shard came from?
you sell your products to the Drinking and Trading Company?
Yes, of course I do. Despite my misgivings and second can, it would be foolish of me if I didn't do business with him.
That means there are Von Sanctus products in the Arcane Refinery. You're called Von Sanctus Industries, after all.
That's true. The metal shard could have been from some sort of industrial tool.
A construct, by chance? Just what are you implying, Lady Steelwind? A twinge of nervousness through the eye?
A twinge of nervousness through the eye. Does he know something? Why would he get so defensive over a question like that?
Was there a Von Sanctus product in the refinery on the night of the murder?
She misspoke and said murder instead of accident. But that is evoking a reaction.
Answer the question, Von!
Celeste attempts to loudly slam the tip of her cane on the ground, only to realize that her cane isn't actually real.
Oh, damn.
She loses her balance and tips over a nearby vase. The vase shatters on the ground, creating quite a mess of broken shards of water. So, Lady Steelwind, are you okay? Celeste immediately regains her balance and tries to act as if nothing happened.
I'm not paying for that.
Ah! Lord Von Sanctus completely loses his composure and recoils at the sight of the broken vase. Construct! I require your assistance!
Acknowledged.
In response to Von Sanctus' call, an arcane construct walks out from a nearby closet. Construct! Clean up this mess at once! He seems very disturbed by the mess. Is he some sort of clean freak?
Acknowledged.
The construct begins quickly picking up the shards of the broken vase. You own an arcane construct? I do. Von Sanctus Industries is the inventor of arcane constructs, that's all.
Oh. Right. I recall Celeste mentioning that earlier.
Would you like one, Your Highness? My apologies. I'm not very interested in using artificery. Suit yourself. In any case, I'm afraid Lady Steelwind must be taking a leave now.
What?
Remember, you said that you could only accompany me for 1 hour? It's close to being 1 hour, right, Lady Steelwind?
He's trying to hint that we're trying to get the fuck out of there.
What are you? Oh, right. 1 hour. It would definitely not be good for us to be here for more than 1 hour.
Oh, does this illusion only last for an hour?
In the meantime, may I discuss some personal matters with you, Lord Von Sanctus? Of course. Bien sûr. I'm at your disposal, Your Majesty. You raise an eyebrow at the prince. It appears that he didn't come here just to help you. And you suppose that you've gotten all the information you need out of Von Sanctus. It's time to move on to the next lead.
Oh boy.
That was embarrassing.
Yeah, that was a little bit too close for comfort.
Well, at least no one saw through our disguises.
Are you an attendant here?
The real one.
The real one's here.
Please notify Lord Von Sanctus that I...
The real Arya Steelwind walks to the front door of the manor just as you are about to exit. She immediately stops in her tracks upon meeting her doppelganger.
Uh-oh.
Aburio!
With one spell, Steelwind dispels the illusions over you and Celeste. Upon seeing who you really are, she lets out an irritated sigh.
It's like,
Is impersonating the Steelwind some kind of hobby for you, Miss McCoy?
She looks really angry this time.
No, there was a really good reason for us doing this.
Let me guess. You wanted to interrogate Von Sanctus without him knowing who you really were?
she hit the nail on the head.
No,
Lying about your name is one matter, but impersonating a noble using magic is a serious crime.
Tyrion, help, please.
Am I seriously going to have to defend her in court again? Again.
You quickly try to think of a way to defuse the situation. Sorry for the wait, you two. I had to discuss. Lady Steelwind?
Great. Great. According to Asta, Steelwind despises him. Knowing that he was a part of this will just make things worse.
Your Majesty?
Why is he here?
What? Why is she happy?
Uh-oh.
Hang on a second here.
Huh?
What?
Oh, I see you've dispelled the disguises.
You knew about this?
Aster steps between you and Steelwind. It seems as he's trying to calm her down. For better or for worse, her attention's firmly focused on him. I'm terribly sorry. I didn't mean to disrespect you.
No, that's not why He's really close.
They pulled this ruse under my orders. Could you please look the other way, just this once?
Okay.
Thank you, Lady Steelwind. I won't forget this.
I need to go.
Huh?
Well, that was certainly something.
I'm sorry you two had to see that.
What? What?
It's as I said before. She absolutely detests me.
Okay, hang on a second. Either this motherfucker has absolutely no idea how to read people, or he's lying.
I think he's lying.
He's lying. Yeah, he's lying his ass off.
You saw it, didn't you? She could barely look me in the eye.
Oh my god.
In any case, we're starting to run out of time. We should head back to the refinery.
We still don't know where the metal shard came from.
From what Van Sanctus told us, I don't think we can find out exactly where it came from. If each of Von Sanctus's products has that crest, it could be in any number of things. Hopefully Dracogen can help us narrow that list down. If it did come from some kind of industrial tool, he might be able to check if any of the refinery's tools are missing. I just hope he can provide you with some kind of lead. Us. Crap. Anyway, well, let's go back to the refinery, I suppose.
Yeah. Hello again, Mr. Cuthbert. I hope you have good news.
Well, actually...
You take some time to explain to Dracogen what you found during your investigation. You're still uncertain about the identity of the second victim. That metal shard with the Von Sanctus crest is your best lead right now. I see.
With that said, do you have any tools that you've purchased from Von Sanctus Industries?
Yeah. Personally sold me quite a few when I first arrived in the city. Even purchased the security system for the refinery building from him.
Really? Did you purchase anything else from him?
Well, he also tried to sell me some of those arcane constructs. He told me I could be the first person in Aurinax to own such innovative technology. But I turned him down.
Really? But these seem so useful.
I don't feel comfortable trusting machines to handle the work here. Those constructs really require very specific instructions, and they lack common sense.
That's true. We saw how unreliable they could be during the Nightgrave case.
He heavily emphasized how exclusive this deal would be for me. Looking back on it, he was probably trying to make me dependent on his services.
Yeah, I guess he made the right choice by refusing his offer.
Products from Von Sanctus has been added to the court record.
Lloyd Van Sanctus personally sold several industrial tools to Stefanik Dracogen on behalf of Von Sanctus Industries. A lot of these tools were present in the Arcane Refinery. Von Sanctus Industries also created the security system for the refinery. Von Sanctus Industries also created the security system for the refinery. Von Sanctus attempted to sell Dracogen a few arcane constructs, a product that is not available to anyone else in Aurinax. However, Stefanik Dracogen did not trust the construct's ability to perform tasks effectively. He did not purchase any. Anyways, have any of the tools from Von Sanctus Industries have been reported missing?
The Inquisition actually asked me the same question, so I took some time today to check my inventory.
Why would the Inquisition ask him for that? Did Steelwind come to the same conclusion I did?
There's one tool that was unaccounted for.
Really? What kind of tool was it?
A rod of mending. It's a large tool that we use to repair damage on the machines.
Oh, that's what might have fell in. A tool for repairs? How large was it?
Quite large, actually. It's called a rod, but it's more of a large cylindrical tool. It requires two people to properly carry and use it.
Aha! So there you have it.
Wait, a repair tool like that would use transmutation magic? A repair tool like that would use transmutation magic, right?
Huh. That's right.
What if the rod of mending was the thing that weakened the guardrail?
Is that possible, Dracogen?
I suppose that is possible. Now that you mention it, I recall there being a way to reverse its effects.
I never even considered that the transmutation traces were left by an artificery tool. That does lift some suspicion off of Asta.
Rod of mending has been added to the court record.
An artificery tool that channels transmutation magic to repair objects. It's possible to reverse its magic and cause it to weaken objects instead of repairing them. It's quite large and requires two people to properly carry and use it.
Someone could have sabotaged the rail with the rod. And they might have thrown it into the vat to cover their tracks.
But it didn't completely dissolve. That would mean that they threw the rod in close to when Justin fell off of the walkway. It can't be a coincidence that these two events happened so close to each other.
We still have no idea who actually broke the guardrail. We didn't find a second body in the vat, and we don't have evidence that proves a second victim even exists.
So the second person that was carrying the rod is our perp.
It feels as if you have more questions than answers at the moment.
We've learned a few new facts about the case, though, and the Inquisition has verified that the traces of transmutation on the guardrail. The burden of proof is still on the prosecution to prove that Dracogen is at fault. Even if Steelwind has a proper explanation for that, I can counter her with the facts we've learned thus far.
You just hope that the trial goes as smoothly as you're describing.
Well, it rarely ever does, but knowing that would just needlessly stress him out.
Regardless, I appreciate the work that you've done thus far. I leave things in your very capable hands.
Oh, I just hope they don't encounter any more curveballs tomorrow. Oh boy. Of course I'd love to save my progress. And we're only an hour 15 in.
You never know.
And looks like we're in an ad break, folks. If you're subscribed, great. If not, hit that subscribe button.
Yep.
So while we wait for this ad break, to go away, I have a few announcements to make. I have a few plugs to make in. How about the Outside Blitz? Yes, that's right. Every other Friday in the off season, you will hear the Cannonball Alex Steele, the fabulous Scotty Freytown, and the Bootleg Better talk everything: news, highlights, predictions, and of course the NFL Top 100. You can listen to these streams live on Cannonball's stream on Twitch and YouTube. You can listen to these podcast episodes at any given time on anywhere you get your podcast, on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Odyssey, and coming soon to Spotify.
And don't forget, once the season starts, which is just about a month from now, we will revert to weekly episodes. So there's going to be content all throughout the NFL season. And we'll also do scores, we'll also do highlights, we'll do news, we'll do all that stuff. So
don't miss the NFL Hall of Fame game this Thursday when the Detroit Lions face the Los Angeles Chargers.
It is a great time to be alive. Football season is right around the corner. Hey, maybe we ought to do something. We're coming back. We ought to do something with football. Okay, live scene.
Back on the block, baby. Let's get to it.
Do that quote that I really like you hear.
We go forward like a breath exhale from the earth, with vigor in our hearts and one goal in sight.
Court is now resumed for the trial of Stefanik Dracogen. Let us review the proceedings from 2 days ago. At first, the facts of the case seemed very straightforward. The victim, Justin Waye, put his weight on a poorly maintained guardrail on the refinery grounds. Said guardrail broke, causing Justin Waye to fall to his death. However, the defense presented a shocking piece of evidence in the previous proceedings. Traces of transmutation magic were found on that same broken guardrail. This new evidence implies that sabotage, if not outright foul play, played a part in the death of the victim. This evidence is also accompanied by conflicting testimonies from witnesses. All of these elements have thrown quite some doubt on the validity of the prosecution's case.
Yes. However, the prosecution maintains that the Dracogen Trading Company is at fault for Justin Waye's death.
Even though someone may have sabotaged the guardrails?
The prosecution acknowledges that sabotage may have occurred at the scene of the accident. However, we also believe that there are several factors in this case that the court is overlooking. As we all know, several witnesses were present at the refinery at the time of the accident. The harbor master was showing a pattern around the refinery. Milsarika Tudor was making a food delivery and entered the building. And of course, the victim, Justin Waye, was obviously present as well. Each and every one of these people had no business being in the refinery that night.
In the case of the harbour master and his patron, it would be hardly reasonable to anyone to stop them.
For anyone to stop them.
I doubt anyone would stand in the way of the Crown Prince.
That may be, but Justin Waye worked in the freight division and should not have been at the scene.
I've already verified this with my client. The victim was not authorized to be in the refinery building.
And who stops Justin Waye from entering the area unauthorized? Isn't it the defendant's duty to prevent such individuals from entering the building?
My client can't be held responsible for Justin's breach of the set protocols. And you surely can't hold my client responsible for someone sabotaging the guardrail.
This so-called sabotage is only theoretical until a proper culprit is found.
I might be compelled to agree with you, Miss Steelwind. After all, there's no hard evidence that proves the traces of transmutation were left by a specific spell.
What kind of mental gymnastics is that? Every part of the guardrail that had traces on it was rusted.
Ugh, they're bending the context of what happened to suit their purposes. Hard evidence means everything here, and the rod of mending has been reduced to shards in the vat. Without the complete rod, I can't prove that someone used it to sabotage the guardrail.
Regardless, is it not the possibility of the Dracogan Trading Company to ensure that its employees do not wander into restricted areas? Blaming a potential saboteur puts the cart before the horse. It doesn't just stop with Justin Waye either. Why was Mozarika Tudor able to enter the building? She doesn't even work for the refinery, yet she was able to waltz into the building without any trouble.
Actually, Steelwind does have a point about Rika, and you know what? I regret not going to the cafe as part of the loop. I probably would have wanted to talk to her some more. But anyway, shouldn't something have stopped her from entering that area? I doubt that Dracogen would show that kind of negligence. If that's true, I believe that we should hear from Miss Tudor directly. Let's hear how easily she gained access to the refinery on the day of the accident.
We've already anticipated that. Mozarika Tudor is prepared and ready to testify.
Very well, then. Bailiff, please escort Miss Tudor to the stand.
Ms. Tudor, are you aware of why you've been called here today?
Yeah, I had everything from the gallery.
Then you'll have no problem answering the following question. Did you encounter resistance when you entered the refinery the night of the accident? Witness, may I remind you that you are under oath to tell the court everything that you know. Failure to do so is a crime.
No one tried to stop me. Sorry, Tyrion.
You have nothing to apologize for, witness. The only one at fault is the Dracogan Trading Company and their negligence.
Hey, that's...
For the record, please testify in detail about how you entered the refinery that day, Miss Tudor.
Okay.
Time for the witness testimony.
It's kind of odd that the game allowed me to skip over the cafe. I would have really benefited from going there just for story purposes. Anyway.
That day, I was looking for Justin in the freight area, but I couldn't find him. I decided to look for him in the refinery's main building. There was some kind of magical door leading into it, but it was unlocked. Nothing really stopped me from entering the refinery building.
As the court can clearly see, there were no safeguards preventing the witness from entering that restricted area.
The witness clearly stated that there was a magical door leading into the building. This was obviously some sort of security door powered by artificery.
Which was still unlocked and effectively useless.
Indeed. Damn it. There must be a way to prove that the unlocked door wasn't Dracogen's fault. Mr. Cuthbert, you may begin your cross-examination.
All right, cross-examination time.
That day, I was looking for Justin in the freight area, but I couldn't find him.
I'm gonna grill her like a hamburger, just for the story. Held it. You were there to deliver his dinner to him, am I correct?
Yeah, he was usually in the freight area around that time. I was surprised when I didn't see him there. I was a little worried, so I decided to look for him in the refinery's main building.
Held it. It seems strange that you'd go looking for him. Why not just leave his food with one of his co-workers?
I thought of that, but he also wanted to make sure that he was okay. I was the one that helped him get this job in the first place. It wouldn't look good if he left in the middle of his shift. How did you enter the refinery building, Miss Tudor? There was some kind of magical door leading into it, but it was unlocked.
What kind of magical door?
Yeah, can you tell us more about that? Held it. By magical door, do you mean that it was a door powered by artificery?
Yeah, you have a door like that. And you have a door like it in my restaurant too. But this one looked a lot more complex.
Why would you or Dracogen need magical doors anyways?
The one in my cafe magically locks the shop when I close it for the day. I guess the door to the refinery building was for the same thing.
But that means that there was a mechanism to keep out unauthorized personnel.
Which was effectively useless. The witness entered the refinery and encountered zero resistance. Furthermore, the Inquisition has already logged the specs for the door.
Ah,
Magical door has been added to the court record.
the only entrance to the refinery building is a door with an artificery lock. Magical keys can be used to unlock the door for 5 seconds. After these 5 seconds, the lock automatically closes the door and engages the lock. The lock can only be disabled by Stephanic Dracogen. The door could be physically prevented from closing, but this would trigger an alarm within the refinery security system. Hey, remember? The refinery security system was purchased from the Von Sanctus company that has a logo on it.
Well, but wait a minute. Wait a minute now. Think about the Justin's planned robbery for a minute.
Yep. Yeah, that's a good idea too. Let's keep going though.
Did you use a key to unlock the door, Miss Tudor?
No, I didn't.
As you can see from this report, Stephanic Dracogen was the only person capable of disabling the lock.
I guess Mr. Decker could get the door unlocked during work hours.
This means that it's entirely Dracogen's fault that the victim gained access to the building in the first place.
What? That's not what I meant to.
But that is what you implied. Unless you can prove that another person disabled that door.
I can't refute that statement yet, but I might be able to work with this new information. Regardless, please add that last statement to your testimony, witness.
All right. Mr. Secretary wasn't disabled the lock. No one else could have disabled it.
So
what about the robbery?
I'm gonna take your suggestion to plan here. Hang on a second. Okay. According to Wyatt Earnell, Justin Waye owed gold to a criminal nicknamed the Eye Taker. Justin owned a set of lockpicking and safe cracking tools that could disable mundane and magical locks. He was planning to break into the refinery building, then use his safe cracking skills to rob the safe in Dracogen's office. So, Objection! Ms. Steelwind, you claim that my client expressed negligence by disabling the door. This is the reason why the security door was unlocked and why the current witness was able to enter the building.
That's correct. Your client's negligence allowed unauthorized persons like Justin Waye to gain access to the building. And regardless of any sabotage, Justin Waye died because he was in said unauthorized area.
And what if I told you that another person may have disabled the door? Not because of laziness, but for more nefarious purposes.
What are you talking about?
If you recall, the witness entered the refinery building and spotted Justin Waye afterward. This means that Justin Waye entered the building before her. So that begs the question, how did Justin Waye enter the building?
The answer is obvious. He entered the same way the witness did, through the unlocked door.
Not quite, Miss Steelwind. Since this trial began, we still haven't answered why Justin Waye entered the refinery building in the first place. He entered the refinery building with the intent of robbing my client's personal safe.
I already told you, Tyrion. He would never do something like that.
I feel a little guilty about insulting a dead man's name like this. It's the only possibility that makes sense. I'm sorry, Rika, but there are things about Justin that even you didn't know about. The truth is that he was deeply in debt to a crime lord named the Eye Taker, and he was extremely desperate to wipe that debt as soon as he could.
Crime lord? Ugh. I won't ask how you came across this information, Mr. Cuthbert. But what does this have to do with the disabled magical lock?
Ms. Steelwind, Justin owned a set of tools that he used for picking mundane and magical locks. The safe that he was planning to rob was located in my client's office within the refinery building. I have witnesses who saw Justin retrieve those tools shortly before the night of the accident. He clearly had a plan to disable any locks that stood between him and that safe. This means that it's entirely possible that Justin disabled the locked refinery door illegally.
We're not actually gonna bring them in, are we?
Yeah, I'm kind of bluffing right now. You basically assaulted one of them.
We both assaulted him, Tyrion.
She says that as if it absolves her of any guilt.
Hold on a minute. You can't just accuse him like that when he can't defend himself.
I'm sorry, Rika, but his delinquent friends told me about his plan. He didn't want to rob Dracogen, but he needed the gold to wipe away his debt. If Justin wasn't the one that disabled the lock, that would only leave Dracogen.
There has to be an explanation when neither of them is guilty.
Well, she definitely believes in Justin, but a scenario where both Justin and Dracogen are innocent is too optimistic, if not impossible. But it's not as if I'm entirely certain of what actually happened that day either. All right, Rika, you knew Justin better than I did. Let's assume that you're correct. Neither Justin nor Dracogen disabled the locks that day. How did either of you enter the refinery then?
Well, someone must have disabled it before then. But wait, let me think through this.
Okay, time for a
boy.
little more witness testimony.
More mental gymnastics.
Plenty of people could have disabled the locks. Maybe one of the employees got lazy and forcefully broke it. There was also that nobleman who was with Mr. Morrison. He's a mage and he could have used the magic to do it.
Uh-oh. You are treading on thin ice, lady.
It could have also been one of the maintenance constructs. I saw one walking on the machines. Maybe one of them broke the lock.
Maintenance constructs? What the hell are you talking about? How does she
What
even
about those
know that?
What about those products from Von Sanctus?
Exactly.
I can barely even begin to point out all the issues with your theories, Miss Tudor. If you recall, the entrance lock can only be disabled by Stephanic Dracogen. Even Mr. Cuthbert's theory makes more sense than your list of suspects.
She's right. It doesn't matter how many suspects she presents. None of them had the credentials to disable the lock. So why do I feel like there's something else wrong with her testimony? The defense would still like to exercise the right to cross-examine the witness.
What a waste of time.
While the court agrees with Miss Steelwind, we also recognize Mr. Cuthbert's right to cross-examination. However, I will not allow the defense to waste the court's time. If nothing substantial is gained from your cross-examination, I will not hesitate to end it early. Understood, Your Honor.
Yeah,
All right,
just go straight to. Yeah, just go straight to it. So the fourth one.
So then, do we present the shards?
Present,
or-
yeah. Yeah. Look at a testimony. Says products from Von Sanctus. Lloyd Von Sanctus personally sold several industrial tools to synthetic drinkage on behalf of Von Sanctus Industries. A lot of these tools were present in an Arcane Refinery. Von Sanctus Industries also created the security system for the refinery.
Von Sanctus attempted to. Yep, that this is the part right here. He didn't purchase any constructs. So how does she even know about maintenance constructs? Objection. Wait, that can't be right, can it? Rika, you said that you saw a maintenance construct inside the refinery building. Are you sure that it was an arcane construct?
Yeah, I've been keeping an eye on them in the Von Sanctus catalogs. But they are not available to the public yet.
When you saw this arcane construct, what was it doing?
I'm not exactly sure. But it looks like he was doing maintenance on the machines.
Maintenance on the machines? But it shouldn't have been there in the first place. What was it doing there? And more importantly, who sent it there?
Where are you going with this, Mr. Cuthbert? Arcane constructs only perform the actions that they're ordered to do. A construct at Arcane Refinery would only take orders from their administrator, Stefanik Dracogen. Unless you want to imply that the construct broke the lock on his orders.
I agree. A construct owned by my client wouldn't have done that. But arcane constructs are extremely rare and not available to the general public yet. Furthermore, they are only produced and sold by Von Sanctus Industries. Lloyd Von Sanctus personally sold several products to the Dracogen Trading Company. However, when offered the opportunity to purchase his arcane constructs, my client turned him down.
What?
My client disliked the construct's flawed intelligence. He didn't want them working in the refinery. He turned down Lord Van Sanctus's offer in favor of utilizing human labor.
Wait, then why didn't I see a construct there?
Indeed. Exactly. If my client did not own any constructs, why did the witness see one there? Or to phrase this question differently, who sent that construct there?
Who? Why would anyone send an arcane construct into the refinery?
First, let's consider the rarity of arcane constructs. They are highly experimental and not available to the public yet. With all of these elements in mind, only one person in the city of Aurinax could have done this.
Wait! You can't possibly mean...
I do, Miss Steelwind. Who sent the arcane construct? Few individuals had access to an arcane construct, and even fewer had the ability to disable the locked door without alerting the security system.
I think I know who it is.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Lloyd Von Sanctus, you're a suspect.
Only one individual could have done everything that I described. Lloyd Van Sanctus, the noble lord of Aurinax.
You can't be serious! Are you accusing Lord Von Sanctus of illegally sending a construct into the Arcane Refinery? What possible reason would he have to do that?
When Rika saw the construct, she said that it was working on the machines. But that construct was sent by Von Sanctus. It didn't actually work for Dracogen. Wait, could that mean... Rika, when you saw that construct in the refinery, was it carrying anything?
Yeah, actually. It was carrying a large centrifugal machine, and it looked pretty heavy.
The Rod of Mending!
Yes!
Like it would normally need to be held by two people.
Yeah, how did you know?
It all makes sense now. Von Sanctus has been far too aggressive at pushing these charges. It wasn't because he was desperate to get rid of Dracogen, it was because he needed to cover up what actually happened.
Mr. Cuthbert, where are you going with this?
You see, Your Honor, the tool that the witness saw this construct carrying wasn't just any tool. It was a rod of mending, an artificery tool that channels transmutation magic.
Transmutation magic? As in, magic that could be used to weaken and sabotage parts of the refinery?
No. Are you seriously accusing... Your Honor, Lloyd Van Sanctus sent a construct into the Arcane Refinery to sabotage it. In other words, Lord Lloyd Van Sanctus is responsible for that guardrail breaking.
What? I don't believe this. I think that's enough out of you, you upstart commoner.
Oh boy, here we go.
The judge really needs to stop these guys from just barging onto the stand.
To be fair, who's going to stop a noble from a pillar family?
I've had enough of these blatant accusations. If you want to sling mud in my name, you will do it to me directly.
Oh boy, hey, Zion, if you're still in here, get that gavel ready.
Lord Von Sanctus, I would highly advise against doing this.
S'il vous plaît, do you think I'm like that fool Pierce? The defense's theory is laughable, and I have several pieces of evidence that can easily prove my innocence.
But he's worried about something. He has a good poker face, but the eye is telling me that he's a little desperate. Very well. If the defense wishes to accuse you, I see no harm in allowing you to defend yourself. The court would very much like to hear your testimony on the matter. Yeah, but what the hell's the wishing ship got to do with any of this?
Oh, time for a little witness testimony. It is possible to order a construct to complete a complex list of tasks, but doing so is ill-advised. I'm sure you observe this with the not great trial. No, I'm sure you observe this with the not great trial. Constructs are extremely prone to error when completing a long list of tasks. According to the defense, the saboteur stole a rod of mending and used it to sabotage very specific sections of the refinery. I would never trust a construct to discreetly complete such an intricate set of tasks unsupervised. And before you ask, as miles away from the refinery as the time of the accident, I have several associates who can confirm this alibi. Therefore, I had no way of observing this construct from afar, nor did I have any way to communicate with it. Remember that spell?
Yeah, I
remember
do.
That spell?
Yes, absolutely. That actually makes a lot of sense. The Nightgrave trial revealed the risks of ordering a construct to commit a crime. But nevertheless, Rika saw a construct at the refinery that day. That's indisputable. He definitely gave the construct a complex list of tasks to sabotage the refinery. And that raises one question. How did he account for the construct's error-prone logic?
Oh, time for a little cross-examination.
So I know exactly where to go. Ding, 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 ding. As miles away, observing this construct from afar, nor did I have any way to communicate with it. Well, bullshit. How if spells. Send a message.
Objection!
Objection! Von Sanctus, you testified that there was no way for you to observe and communicate with the construct. Am I correct?
Oui, that meeting was still went for the entire day. Anyone there could testify to this fact.
I'm not disputing your so-called alibi, but it's not as airtight as you might think.
What are you talking about? I was there at that meeting, Mr. Cuthbert. Lord Von Sanctus may have been absent in mind, but he was there physically.
Absent in mind. I wonder why. Absent in mind? So his attention wasn't focused on the meeting, which means that his attention was somewhere else. I suppose you're correct, Miss Steelwind, but I still have one question for you, Lord Van Sanctus.
Ha! And what would that be?
Are you able to cast the send message spell?
What?
Miss Steelwind, your client may have been physically at the meeting, but his attention was somewhere else, wasn't it? He could have used a combination of spells to view the construct during the meeting, and he could have used the send message spell to communicate with it over a large distance. If my claim is truly false, your client should have no trouble disproving it with his spell compendium.
Well,
Von Sanctus.
You appear to be hesitating, Von Sanctus. Can I assume that you do know how to cast send message? If so, that would punch a gigantic hole in your alibi.
Steelwind, you must say I've heard you. My attention was fully there. I need help to cover for me. The idea that I was communicating with the construct is absurd.
I'm afraid that I can't say that, Lord Van Sanctus.
Steelwind!
I did find it odd. Your attention appeared to be elsewhere, despite the gravity of our discussion. And I seem to recall you speaking under your breath the entire time. I had always just assumed that you were muttering obscenities. But Mr. Cuthbert's explanation does seem possible.
What's he saying? Aren't you obligated to defend me?
I am obligated to represent you to the best of my ability. I am not obligated to forge your alibi for you.
You little...
Lord Van Sanctus, I'm afraid the court needs an answer. Are you able to cast the send message spell?
Fine. I admit that, okay? I am able to cast send message. But that still doesn't prove anything.
His voice
betrays a hint of desperation.
I have him right where I want him. Now is my opportunity to deal the final blow. So why do I feel so uneasy? There are still two details that don't sit well with me.
I looked to see what it was. I saw that Justin had tumbled over the guardrail off the walkway.
Rika saw Justin fall over the guardrail, even though Von Sanctus sabotaged it.
Then please enlighten us, Mr. Cuthbert. How could both of their testimonies possibly be true?
Well, I think there's only one possible explanation. Both Miss Tudor and Mr. Morrison saw someone fall off the walkway. But the person that Miss Tudor saw and the person that Mr. Morrison saw were two different people. The second person that fell into the vat is still unaccounted for. Luckily, I didn't need to prove that this second person existed. But not having an explanation for Astor and Morrison's testimony still irks me. However, even if it's not a clean ending, there's only one way forward. And that's revealing Von Sanctus for the petty saboteur that he is. Argument time, bitches. Why did you hesitate so long to answer my question, Von Sanctus?
You know very well why I hesitated. But I really did give you evidence. You clearly intend to use it against me.
Regardless, this entirely disproves your alibi. You could have communicated with your construct at the meeting.
With that logic, I could be the mastermind behind every crime that occurs in Aurinax. Someone else could have sent that construct. I may have had the means to commit this crime, but there are plenty of other individuals that could have sent an Arcane construct. Oh yeah? What about the other products? Von Sanctus attempted to sell drinking in a few arcane constructs, a product that is not available to anyone else in Aurinax. However, Stephanic Drinking did not trust the construct's ability to perform tasks effectively. He did not purchase any.
Von Sanctus, you of all people should know that the arcane constructs are not available to the public. When you attempted to sell these constructs to Dracogen, you promised him that he would be the first merchant in Aurinax that would own one. Since he refused your offer, that would leave you as the only owner of arcane constructs in Aurinax.
That's... So, I admit I may not have been that truthful when I made my sales pitch.
So you're saying that you lied to my client?
Oh, s'il vous plaît. Every good businessman knows how to be truthful when making a sale. I've sold constructs to other individuals. The truth is that I sold those constructs to plenty of other individuals in Aurinax.
Let's see.
Intuition says, oh, if only it would be too dangerous to sell to anyone else.
Let's see. Use this claims against the construct's thoughts seen through the eye. Frankly, Von Sanctus, I find that hard to believe. After the Nightgrave trial, you must have been a lot more fearful about who you sold your constructs to. You only tried to sell your constructs to Dracogen so that you could control him. You wouldn't have done that otherwise.
Is that so? Then why don't you prove it?
No, Von Sanctus, why don't you prove your statement? Show us any invoice that proves you made a sale to someone in Aurinax.
Well, who says that the saboteur lived in Aurinax when they made the sale?
Are you serious?
Aurinax is a trading hub. There are people come and go from the city. The saboteur could be someone who secretly entered Aurinax. And one of my customers could have secretly entered the city to carry out the sabotage.
Really?
What about the blockade?
Yeah, that's right. Yep. A blockade is created. The blockade is preventing anyone from leaving or entering the city. The Kingsguard have taken careful note of everyone that's currently contained. Von Sanctus, you might have been right under any other circumstance, but the Kingsguard locked down the city on the day that the accident occurred. No one, except for a select few individuals, could have left or entered the city. And due to the gravity of the situation, the Kingsguard created profiles of everyone within the city. Why don't we cross-reference the records taken by the Kingsguard with the list of individuals who you sold constructs to? But I suppose from your reaction, that list would come up empty. So why don't you admit to your crimes, Von Sanctus? Or do I have to drag the evidence into court myself?
Wait, drag the evidence into court? Bien sûr, how could I forget?
What?
Why don't you go ahead and do that, Mr. Why don't you go ahead and do that, Mr. Cuthbert? Begin your so-called evidence.
I don't know where this confidence is coming from, but we can easily detect the traces of divination and transmutation in the constructs you own.
Assuming that construct still exists, that is.
Wait, that's right. If he used a construct to commit a crime like this, he would have definitely disposed of it by now. Even with the blockade, Aurinax is a gigantic city. With his resources...
Text log.
Even within the blockade, Aurinax is a gigantic city. With his resources, he could have hidden it anywhere in the city. It would be a needle hidden within a town of haystacks. We still have the testimony of Mozarika Tudor, and I'm sure many other people saw that construct walking around the refinery.
The common folk can hardly be trusted to recognize complex artificery. Because that's the actual construct. All you have are several unreliable witnesses. Tell me, Lady Slivind, can I be convicted of such a serious charge with such evidence?
No, I suppose not.
damn it! Is he seriously going to get away with this? No, I still have one card up my sleeve. If I could just find out where he disposed of the evidence, I might be able to direct the Inquisition there. Come on, focus on his thoughts, Tyrion. Activate the empowered eye. Uh-oh.
Your undignified carrying will do you no favors.
What? Why isn't it working?
The Eye of Horus is a powerful tool, Tyrion. But that's twice now that you've used the empowered eye to get out of a corner. If you keep relying on that one trick, you'll never grow as an attorney. One day, you'll find a witness that the empowered eye won't work on.
Mr. Moore was right. I've been relying on the empowered eye too much.
From your silence, I assume that you have no way to rebut my claim. I suppose that makes it checkmate, you upstart commoner. Honestly, I can't believe you resort to accusing me of manslaughter. What a crass and underhanded tactic. I suppose I wouldn't expect anything less from a charlatan like you.
Ah, damn it. Hang on, it's not over yet.
What the hell are you doing?
What?
That look on your face. Are you seriously giving up? I've seen you get out of plenty of situations like this. So why are you giving up this time?
I'm sorry, Celeste, but I can't use my usual strategies. There's no way to find the evidence that we need.
Seriously? There's always a way, Tyrion. If your usual strategies aren't working, then you just need to do something different.
She's right. I don't need to see directly into his mind to utilize my skills as an attorney. I may not be even able to rely on the Eye of Horus this time, but I've always been able to rely on deductive reasoning.
Well, it seems that you have no further questions for me. And you clearly don't have a shred of physical evidence to support your claims.
What about those metallic shards, bro?
I think I'll be taking my leave.
I'm not quite done with you yet, Von Sanctus.
Honestly, your desperation is almost pitiful. You should really learn to lose your dignity, Monsieur Cuthbert.
He's the last person I want to hear that from. Calm your mind and focus. I may not be able to read Von Sanctus's mind in the literal sense, but I can still extrapolate his plan and his actions. Well, let's explore my theory a little more and see for ourselves if there's no physical evidence. If you wanted to use a construct, you would have needed to maintain constant communication. So to prove that this communication occurred, we would need something that connects you to it. Which piece of evidence would connect the murder to Von Sanctus? Send message can normally only target a person, but arcane constructs probably don't count as people for the purposes of that spell. What piece of evidence would that leave behind?
The object?
The object that Lloyd Van Sanctus have tuned to. An arcane construct isn't a person, so you must have used an object attuned to your magic to communicate with it. Miss Steelwind, if we were able to find that object, would that tie your client to the sabotage?
Hypothetically, yes. The Inquisition has divination magic, and they can use it to detect if an object is attuned to a specific mage.
Good luck finding such evidence. If I did perform these acts, the remains could be anywhere in Aurinax.
I'm not so sure about that, Von Sanctus. Let's look at things from your perspective. Why would you do the things that you did that day? Knowing that will point us to where you ultimately hid the construct. Your intention was to sabotage the refinery without anyone finding out what you did. So how would you dispose of the construct and the attuned item? How could Van Sanctus easily destroy the evidence? He needed to hide and or destroy it so that no one would be able to find it. Wait, destroy?
He threw it in the vat.
Yep, the evidence was thrown into the vat of volatile liquid. You used the vat of volatile liquid. I suppose that makes sense. I found the remnants of the rod of mending in there too.
But wouldn't that mean that the object is fully dissolved?
Exactly. There would be no physical evidence for you to find.
That's not necessarily true. You threw the rod of mending into the vat, and that didn't fully dissolve.
What?
The workers neutralized the liquid immediately after Justin fell into the vat.
What? Neutralizing the liquid would have rendered it unsalvageable and useless. Doing that would have cost Jacob a small fortune.
Unlike you, Von Sanctus, my client values the lives of his workers over his profits. And because of that, the Inquisition was able to find pieces of bone matter and metal within the vat. Wait, the rod didn't fully dissolve. This means that it was thrown into the vat around the same time that Justin fell into it. You wouldn't have thrown the rod into the vat until after you were done with your sabotage. And if you wanted to destroy the rod, you would have destroyed all of the evidence that you needed to get rid of. What piece of evidence would Von Sanctus also dispose of? Is there anything else that Von Sanctus would have needed to get rid of? The arcane construct itself. You would have also destroyed the arcane construct itself.
That's ridiculous. I need to see it. Why aren't you?
I told you before, didn't I? I will defend you to the best of my ability, but I will not fabricate an alibi for you.
You must have ordered the construct to throw itself into the vat to hide any traces of your sabotage. A machine resembling a human threw itself into the vat. This means that anyone looking at the walkway would have seen this. That's it! The arcane construct was the second person that Astor and Morrison saw fall into the vat. That's why we didn't find organic matter from anyone other than Justin in there. The second body that Astor and Morrison saw was actually an arcane construct.
How are you?
Wait, Rika was sure that she saw Justin fall off of the walkway. After she notified Astor and Morrison, they saw the construct break the guardrail and fall into the vat. Wouldn't that mean that the construct disposed of itself after Justin Waye fell off the walkway? Why would you order it to do that?
Because it never happened. Your logic is flawed.
He's getting stressed out. Maybe I should try using the empowered eye. No. I don't need it this time. I'm so close to figuring this out, I can feel it. So think, if he was observing the construct using magic, he must have seen Justin fall. For some reason, he reacted by sabotaging the guardrail. Why did Von Sanctus sabotage the guardrail? Why would he ignore seeing that happen, unless he did all of this because he saw Justin fall? Let's see. Von Sanctus wanted the broken guardrail to be hidden from the Inquisition.
I don't think so.
Let's see. Von Sanctus wanted the construct to be hidden from the Inquisition.
No.
Okay.
How about?
Let's see.
What about an accident? He wanted.
Yeah, Von Sanctus wanted Justin's death to look like an accident.
Yes.
It's because you wanted it to look like an accident, which means that it wasn't actually an accident.
Oh, now you're accusing me of intentionally murdering the victim. Why would they ever do that? You said it yourself. My goal was sabotage. Committing murder would have brought unnecessary attention to what I'd done.
But those constructs do have a habit of shoving people that are in their way. What if the construct pushed Justin out of the way, causing him to fall over the edge of the guardrail?
He's figuring out everything that happens with just a few clues.
Hey, I didn't see you there. I was just
walk past him.
Acknowledged.
What?
What?
Hey, watch it! Quit shoving me! Wait, whoa!
Holy
Holy
crap!
crap.
Pull me up!
Holy crap! Pull me up! I can't hold for much longer.
Ah, you idiot! What are you doing?
What?
Grab his arm and pull him up!
Acknowledged.
Ah, my hand! What the hell are you doing?
Your grip is too tight! Stop that!
Acknowledged.
Ah!
Wait! I can still...
It may have been unintentional, but either way, you would have been at fault for Justin's death, not my client. And if the construct fell in after Justin, your attuned object must be somewhere in the neutralized liquid. No, it's even better than that. Constructs are made from a specific magical alloy, aren't they? I'm sure with a few divination spells, we can identify the metal shards from the construct and your arcane focus. Each and every one of these pieces of evidence points directly at you, Von Sanctus.
You petulant little upstart!
And that's checkmate, Von Sanctus. Well, here we go. Why don't you save us all a little time, Von Sanctus? Admit to what you did. And while you're at it, drop your false allegations against my client.
I have nothing to admit to, nor do I have anything to apologize for!
Of course not. You're completely blameless, right?
Do you think you've achieved victory here today? No! Dissidents like you and Tickleton are absolutely deluded! Each and every breath you take only throws River Gods further into chaos!
You talk about these tormentors as if they have even a fraction of the power that you have.
Lady Stigwit, you need to see reason! They lack awareness of the powers that they truly have!
What?
These people have infected you and His Majesty with these idealistic delusions! I implore both of you to see reality for what it is!
No, Von Sanctus. The true reality is that people like you become threatened when we challenge your power.
You all speak about the rights of the individual. You speak as if each and every one of you would stab each other on the back the moment that it benefited yourselves. You may hate the nobility. You may curse, scream, and blame us for all of your little problems. But the truth is that you need us. You need us to direct and lead you. You need us to maintain the fragile order that holds your peaceful little lives together.
You talk about protecting the common folk from themselves. But the truth is that your actions led to the death of an innocent man. That is the only truth that matters. The defense has no further questions for the witness. He is dismissed. Very well.
So he's not under arrest?
We did it again, Tyrion. And we even caught another murder in the process.
Yeah, we couldn't get the case officially dismissed today, but it's pretty much inevitable with the evidence that we brought in today.
Actually, it probably won't even reach that point. I've advised Lord Von Sanctus to drop the suit entirely. Word has already spread regarding the evidence that you brought forward. At this point, prolonging the trial would just harm his public image even more.
It's great. Now you can build the case against him for Justin's death.
About that, I'll probably be forced to rescue myself from any charges brought against him.
What? Why?
It's because you represented him in the suit, isn't it? We considered it a conflict of interest to prosecute him yourself, even though you're probably the only prosecutor that would convict him successfully.
You're correct. As the head of one of the Pillar families, he has a justice system dancing in the palm of his hand.
We're in an ad break, by the way, but I don't think that matters.
He would definitely be quietly and swiftly acquitted. I would have never agreed to represent him if I had known about this. I'm truly sorry.
Damn it. He must have had this planned all along.
No. Is he seriously gonna get away with this?
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
Dracogen.
He may be acquitted in the legal sense, but the court of public opinion is a different thing entirely.
What do you mean?
He brought forward a myriad of evidence against him, and I'm sure everyone in the gallery saw it too. Von Sanctus's power relies on his public image, and you quite handily tore down that facade. He may walk free, but his power and ideals have taken a great blow.
But is that seriously all we can do? His actions and recklessness resulted in the death of Justin Waye. He should be punished within the letter of the law.
You're not wrong, Mr. Cuthbert. But sometimes we must take the victories that we can get.
Yeah, she's probably right. But there's still one thing that's nagging at me.
Oh? What's that?
Why was your safe unlocked if nothing was stolen? If Justin had gotten into your safe, he would have taken your gold with him. It wouldn't still be there.
Considering that nothing is missing, I'd rather leave it at that.
Really?
Justin was a good man. I'd rather not taint anyone's memory of him, especially Mussolika's.
Right, she was pretty upset about my accusations.
Nothing was taken, so no harm was done in that regard.
I suppose so. But I can't help but wonder what actually happened. Episode end!
Fiend! Oh, but there's gotta be more.
There's gotta be more. It just makes no damn sense to me. The kid successfully robbed the guy days ago. No one saw him. No one even suspected him. And he breaks into the place again? Also, he could put back the stolen gold? Oh, so he robbed him and then he put it back. Doesn't make any sense to you, Eris. What?
Perhaps he felt remorse for his actions, Father.
Father? What? You mean to tell me the Eye Taker and Eris Illmatter are related? What the hell is... Oh my god, anyway.
Not everyone can betray the people they love so easily. And if that's true, I feel like there's a sense of tragic beauty to it all. If he had never tried to do the right thing, he would have never encountered the construct in the first place. He would have paid his debt, and he would still have his life.
It's true what they say. No good deed goes unpunished. It's a shame about the gold, though.
I think we've more than made a profit today.
Well, what in the hell are you talking about again?
I, for one, am happy to have claimed a boatload of tithes today.
Tithes.
Tithes, yeah, a boatload of tithes. Basically, a boatload of tenfold.
But what exactly does that mean, though? What tithes? What's she talking about? Package... I got a question. You got a question?
Yeah, I got a question. It goes something like this.
What the heck is going on here? Oh my gosh. What? Well,
We still got 2 more episodes, man.
oh my god. So, yeah. What the heck is going on here? So, yeah. So now we have the Eye Taker, the criminal, and Eris Illmatter is his daughter. What the hell? Wow. Okay. So, well, it's only one way to find out what's going on, and that is to tune in next week. So until then, I'm the Cannonball Alex Steele.
I am the package Andrew Steele.
We are the Steel Twins, and we are for real. Top guys out. Ciao.
Adios, muchacho.